Hello Divi Nation and welcome. In this video, we'll be adding 3D effects to GIFs and HTML5 videos to display unique product animations in Divi. This is the final result we're aiming to achieve, so without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. Okay, so before we begin, there's a few things I need to mention. First of all, if you want to download this layout, I will leave a link to the post in the show notes below where you can just download it and just import it onto your website. Now, there's also a few things that we need to have in place in order for us to achieve this design. So first of all, you're going to need a GIF image. We're also going to need an MP4 file video and the URL to where that video is hosted. Thirdly, we're going to need the Divi theme installed, and this design is going to be created on a brand new page. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to come over here to my dashboard and we're going to start by creating a brand new page. So I'm going to click here on Add New. And we're going to give this page a name. I'm just going to call this Adding 3D Effects. And then I'm going to click on Use the Divi Builder. So for those of you that don't know how to create a GIF, I will also include a link to the post where we have a post which will show you how to create this GIF from scratch. All right, so I'm going to come over here, build from scratch, and then we're going to add 2 columns. Okay, so before we add any modules, we need to add a bit of code to our column 1. So I'm going to come over here to my row settings, click on this gear icon for column 1, and then I'm going to come to the advanced tab, custom CSS, and I'm going to add my code in here. Now, of course, this code is in the post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. So this perspective property is necessary to add perspective to the element within the column. Now it's time to add an image to column 1. So I'm going to save this and save it one more time. And then I'm going to click this plus button and search for my image module and select it. So I'm going to click here, and this now is the GIF we need to upload. So I'm going to go ahead and select it and then click upload an image. So you can see now our GIF image has been added. Now we need to go to the design tab, transform, and click here on rotate, transform, rotate. So here we need to make some adjustments to the Y and X axis. So I'm going to start here with the Y axis. I'm going to set this to 8 degrees, and then the X needs to be 28. Next, we're going to come over here to transform skew. And the first thing I'm going to do is to break this chain because we're going to add different values to these sides. So over here, I'm going to add -8. And on the bottom here, I'm going to set this to 10 degrees. All right, so we're going to save this. Now, the next example we're going to do here is going to involve the HTML5 video. So we don't want to really get rid of what we've created here so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate the whole section, and then I'm going to work on this bottom one. So here what we need is a code module. So I'm just going to delete this. Then I'm going to click this plus button and select my code module. Now the code I'm going to use here is pretty much on our website, but how it works is over here where it says source equals, this is where you have to locate where your video or your HTML5 video is. So again, the code for this is on the post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. So I'm going to save this for now. Now our transform settings are pretty much going to be the same as the ones we had here on the GIF. So I'm just going to copy and paste them over. So I'm just going to go in here and click on my module settings, design, transform. So I need to copy the transform settings here. So I'm going to right click, copy transform styles. And I'm just going to save this. Then I'm going to come over here, right click and paste transform styles. So pretty much our styles are the same. But if you take a look at these two, you'll notice that the top one here, because this is a GIF, is compressed and it's not as smooth. You can see all these lines here. But on the bottom here, it's much more smoother because this is an HTML5 video. Now let's customize the section settings. So I'm going to come over here to my gear icon, design, spacing. And what we're going to do here is we're going to give a padding of 15% to the top and the bottom. So I'm going to come over here, add 15%. Now to add this to the bottom as well, I'm going to activate this chain, and this will apply the same amount to the bottom as well. So we're going to save, and now it's time to go into the row settings. So I'm going to click on this gear icon, And what we're going to do here is to add a gradient color to our background. So I'm going to come over here to background, click on the second tab because this is the one for the gradients. Click the plus button. So I'm going to add my first color here, paste the values, add my second color. And again, I'm going to paste my values here. Now, if you want to use the exact same colors as I'm using throughout this tutorial, I will leave a link to the post in the show notes below. All right, so now that I have my colors, the next stage is to set our height. So I'm going to come over here to design, sizing, and we are going to set our maximum height. And this is going to be 300 pixels. So I'm going to come over here and paste my value. And now I'm going to come over here to spacing. And for my padding, I'm going to add 0, both to the top and the bottom. Next, we're going to add a box shadow to our row. So I'm going to come over here, and the option I'm going to go with is this one right here. And now it's time to add our positioning. So our horizontal position here needs to be set to 0, and our vertical needs to be set to 0 as well. And then over here on the spread strength, we're going to set this to 40. And then we're going to add our shadow color. So I'm going to click here on this eyedropper tool and paste my values between the brackets. Now we need to position the code module. So I'm just going to save this, and then I'm going to go back here into my module settings. Click on design. So we're going to come over here to transform, and then we're going to start here with the first one, the transform translate. And over here, we're going to start by breaking this chain and set our value here to -20%. So you can see now that it's positioned correctly, whereas before it was coming over here into the footer. Now over here, we're going to set this to -7%. And pretty much I'm happy with the positioning here. So the next stage is to add our call to action on this column. So I'm going to click on this plus button, search for call to action, and select it. So as you can see, our call to action button here is missing. Now, in order for us to add it, we need to come over here to this link, and then we're just going to add a button URL. So in this example, I'm just going to add a blank link, and as you can see, my button is now showing. So next, I'm going to come over here to my background and add a white for my background color. Now, you may have noticed that things have just disappeared here. That's because my text needs to be changed, but we're going to do that in the next stage. So I'm going to come over here and just click on this brush tool. Now this will take me to my font. So as you can see here, our text color is set to white. So we need to change it and set it to a darker color. So I'm going to click here on text, change it from light to dark. And our alignment needs to be aligned left. And now we can play with the fonts and also the text sizes. So I'm going to start here with title text. And this is heading 2. So I'm going to change the fonts from default to Lato. So I'm going to search for it. By the way, it's a free font, so you can always go ahead and search for it, and you can use this. All right, so next I'm going to come over here and set this to bold. And we're finally going to give this a color. So I'm going to paste the color in here as well. Now, the next stage is to come over here to our body text. And again, we're going to set this to Lato. So it's going to be here on the list now. And we're also going to give this a color. So I'm going to come over here to my body text color, click on the eyedropper tool, and paste my color in here. Now, my size here is set to 14, but we want to make it slightly bigger. So let's set this to 17. And for our line height, we're going to set this to 1.8. And now it's time to customize our button. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here until I find my button. So in order for us to customize this button, we need to activate custom styles for buttons. So I'm going to set this to yes. And the first thing we're going to do here is to change our button text color to white. And then I'm going to head over here to my button background color, and I'm going to paste the color for my button here. So over here for my button border width, I'm going to set this to 0. And for my border radius, I'm going to set this to 100. Next, for our letter spacing, I'm going to set this to 2. And we're going to make this all caps. And then I'm going to change this from regular to ultra bold. And in fact, we need to first set this to later and then change this to now. Let's make some final adjustments to our button here. So first, I'm going to add 12 pixels padding to the top and the bottom. Activate my chain. And then for the left and right, I'm going to set this to 20. And now we can see our button is nice and big. Now we're going to give this a box shadow. So I'm going to come over here and choose this option here. So my vertical position needs to be set to 0. My spread strength, I'm going to set this to 40. And then I'm going to add my shadow color. Paste between the brackets. Now I'm just going to do a few adjustments here to the margin. So I'm going to come to spacing. And for my margin, I'm going to set 10% to the right. And then I'm going to come over here to transform translate, break the chain, and I'm going to reposition this by setting this to -33% and -5%. So pretty much this is our final design. I'm going to go ahead and save this. So if you want to copy this call to action, you can just copy it and add it over here to the top. So I'm going to save this and let me show you my final design. Okay, so this is our final design. So the bottom one here is the GIF and the top one here is the HTML5 video. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.